Okay, Tacoma owners, here is an option that you can use to get some more lockable security in the back of your truck. I'm a new Tacoma owner. This is a second generation with a 5-foot bed. So if you want something that you can put back here and lock and keep some items secure, here is a good method you can use. Now the nice thing about this is that I've got a shell on top, which is an additional level of security, and this fits right in. So this is a nice lockable box I found on eBay. What works about this one is that you've got 43 inches between the wheel wells, and this box here is 42 inches across. So it fits in there very nicely. And what you really want is the height is 19 inches, and that's going to work with the bed rails that are here. And I'll show you what I'm going to do to attach this to the bed rails and have something that is nice and secure in the back and can't be easily removed. Now these are T-nuts for Tacoma trucks, readily available on eBay, and depending upon where you get them, you can get a set of 4 or 5 for less than $10. If it's international shipping, it may take a very long time, but here they are, and this is a great mounting option for using the bed rails that are already there. And I'll show you what I got here along with some very inexpensive hardware to make this work. I have a set of 5 here, and I'm going to use 3 to mount this box to make it nice and secure. So here are the T-rails going up to the bulkhead, and this is the rail system. I can get this past this first little bit. There's a good deal of play in there. There's some empty space behind them. So I'm going to slide this over here. I'll have one in the middle and one closer to each end. Just kind of slide this in to where it looks like it might fit. I picked up 3 of these from my local Home Depot. So it is a 3/8 16 bolt coarse threads, and that'll fit the threads in the T-nut. And this one I got here has a bit of a knurled knob right there on the end, and this is a 2.25 inch long bolt here. And what you need in order to make this work with the bed rails is at least 2 inches. Now I've mounted them in here just temporarily, but I've got about 5 inches from the side, and there's one in the middle, and then one on the other side. So I'll have to take them out, but I've got them mounted in there so that I can mark and put some holes in the back of this box. Okay, not the neatest marks, but I've got it marked where I'm going to drill here, and measured over to be a little more exact. And then also did some measuring again in the bed. You know what they say, measure twice, cuss once. But I've measured up 16.25 inches to give me a mark right there, a little crosshair. And I actually do have a mat in the bed which raises it up about 1/4 inch or so from the bottom. But anyway, these should work, and there's a bit of play in how the nuts fit in the bed rails, so it should be fine. The next step is to drill the holes in the back of the box. Okay, I'm hoping that works. You may have noticed I drilled a small pilot hole and then went progressively up in sizes until I got to the 3/8 size. It helps get you better, more accurate and centered holes there. Now I'll take a look at the inside here. What I've done is actually I covered it with an outdoor carpet that I picked up at Home Depot and used some strong adhesive, spray adhesive to attach it in. Makes it a little bit of nicer inside for stuff. And as a nice little bonus, Velcro items stick right to it, so that's pretty cool. And I can see the light coming through the holes I drilled. I just need to get some kind of razor and cut out holes to continue my installation here. That looks pretty good. And I found actually that drilling it from the inside with the drill set to reverse direction actually really helped to kind of clean it up. I cut it as much as I could with a utility knife and then used a drill to clean out and rip off all the other edges there. So that should work. Now I found something here as I was looking through hardware that I didn't quite expect. This is a 3/8 inch rubber grommet. And I thought it might be a nice thing to have in there to kind of seal this hole up a little bit. And again, easy enough item to find there at Home Depot or anywhere else. But in order to get the 3/8 inch grommet to fit in, you actually have to drill a larger hole. So I ended up doing that with a 1/2 inch drill bit in order to get this to fit. But then it has a nice sort of 3-inch hole that the bolt can fit through. It's a little tight, but I figured that's probably not a bad idea in there. And it was a little scary drilling that larger hole when I already had the right hole in there. But I'm thinking this might be a nice little extra addition. Hopefully keep it a little more sealed up in there. Okay, I've got them in. I've put the bolts through the holes. You kind of have to hold the grommets in place. And it's a little trickier than I imagined. You kind of have to do it blind. But again, the T-nuts are going to slide around, and then with the metal grommet, you can kind of move things around so that they until they fit in. And then once they get in, just kind of keep pushing in and threading it in until it's nice and secure against the bulkhead. And this is what it looks like when they are all in. Now you can see they stick out quite a bit, and I got 2¼ inch bolts, and I was thinking somewhere between 2 and 3 would be good based on my measurements. And of course a shorter bolt would technically work. The problem is you wouldn't really be able to see where to feed it in, and the T-nuts kind of move around. They're very loose in the bed rails. So I think it actually works a little bit better to have a longer bolt, and that allows you to fit it in by looking over the top of the box, and then kind of get them all fitted into position. So notice I've got these bolts here which have a knurled end, so they're fairly easy to grab and turn. I wanted something that I wouldn't have to use any tools to get out if that was the case. And I thought about putting in a bolt backwards with the wing nuts or something, but this I think is a pretty good solution. And just finger tight will hold it in really nice and secure. Of course, no one will be able to get it out without being able to unlock your lid. Now I did find, which I wasn't quite looking for, but these T-knobs. And so here is a 3/8 inch T-knob that actually fits right pretty nicely on the top of the bolt. It doesn't quite grip enough to where you can really turn it if you've tightened it in a whole lot. If you haven't, it kind of works fairly well. So I'm thinking I might try this and epoxy those on or something to see if they will stay on and kind of give a nice way to grab it. So that would be something a little better than a wing nut. But that's the installation, and so after that you have a nice secure storage lockable area in the back of your second generation Tacoma, and this sure could work for a 3rd generation Tacoma as well. But the biggest cost is the box, of course, and you can find them for under $160, so it's a pretty good deal when you look at other truck lockable boxes new. And again, what you want is one that is 42 inches across and 19 inches tall. And then, whatever, there's probably only one depth you get, but that's the least important of the measurements when it comes to this. And I think that's a pretty good solution. Hope those of you with Tacomas will like this and try it out yourselves.